Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Imad Ismail Alwi. I am the Assistant Head of Logistics and FME Department for Conserve to Preserve Team Project. Conserve to Preserve is a one-day event created under the Education Framework, which held on 11 February 2023. Under the guidance of two supervisors, Associate Professor Dr. Poon Wai Ching and also Madam Jasmine Hassan, a group of 20 TP students proposed an environmental theme event focusing on climate change. This event aims to create awareness about climate change and nature green lifestyle among high school students located within Seri Iskandar. A total of 35 high school students from SMK Terono and SMK Sultan Azhar Shah were gathered at UTP to accomplish the goal. The event then kicked off with a dua recitation by me in SMK Alwi, followed by a welcoming speech by the project director, Aini Sofia binti Muhammad Adi Amin. This was followed by a talk by the event speaker Zachary Job Jud Abel Ghizin, also a committee member, which he shared the research done and his insight into climate change. The students' understanding was also put through a test in a Kahoot session. Following this, the participants completed another 5 checkpoints, including the explorers, ideas pitching, and Oh My Plan, which is the tree planting session. There are 3 key achievements of this project. First of all, it is to motivate youth in living sustainably and increasing the awareness of youth toward the factors causing harm to the environment. It also contributes to educate them about protecting the environment. Lastly, it is expected to greatly benefit the targeted audience in terms of knowledge about climate changes and also human activities that could cause to the environmental damage. As a result, it helps encouraging them to lead a green lifestyle. In the planning phase of this project, I assisted in developing logistics and FME planning, and as the assistant head of Department for Logistics and Food and Beverages, I played a crucial role in developing logistic plans for the project. This will involve identifying the resources required for the project, such as equipment, food, beverages, and transportation. Next, I create the event layout at which there are several places to place and created a plan for how these resources will be acquired and managed. I am also responsible for developing a food and beverage plan, which includes identifying the types of food and drinks to be provided during the event, estimating the quantities required, and ensuring that they are prepared and served in a safe and hygienic manner. Furthermore, I contributed most in this part, which is procurement of items and food and beverages. I am responsible for procuring the resources required for the project, including equipment, food and beverages, and transportation. This will involve identifying the vendors or suppliers who can provide these resources, negotiating price, loan PA system from ITMS, for example, and ensuring that the resources are delivered on time and within the allocated budget. I also responsible for managing the inventory of these resources, ensuring that they are stored and maintained properly before the execution of the event. Lastly, I involved in the transportation of equipment and supplies. I, with my other team members, are responsible for transporting the equipment and supplies required for the project to the project site. We need to identify the transportation resources required, such as we use our own cars and coordinating with multiple others who own cars also, or transportation companies, to ensure that the equipment and supplies are transported safely and on time. I also responsible for ensuring that the equipment and supplies are unloaded and stored properly at the project site. For the next part, which is contributions on the project during the execution and post-mortem phase. First, I involved in managing logistics and food and beverages. And during the execution phase of the project, I am accountable for managing the logistics and food and beverages aspects of the project. This will involve overseeing the transportation of equipment and supplies to the project sites, and ensuring that food and beverages are prepared and served safely and hygienically, and managing the inventory of resources required for the project. Second, I was also a facilitator during the event. As a facilitator, my main role during the Conserve to Preserve project will be to help, guide, and support my group in achieving its goal. I help them work together to achieve a common goal by guiding the process of communication, decision-making, and problem-solving. The main idea of the role of a facilitator is to create an environment that fosters collaboration, creativity, and productivity among the participants. Other than that, during the event, I was also the doa reciter where I recited the doa during the opening ceremony. Lastly, I am greatly involved in documenting the project. I am also responsible for documenting the project's outcomes and processes. This will involve creating reports that summarize the project's objectives, activities, and outcomes, and documenting any lesson learned or best practices that can be applied to future projects.